Hi, Mike Kennedy here, and we're on our long-awaited part 2 of dehydrating chicken of the woods mushrooms. You've seen my other videos. I've started putting these little gel packs in to absorb moisture. I took a lot of flack from someone for even thinking of this, doing this. They said I would end up with a piece of wood, an inedible, unusable piece of wood. Now look at how easily that snaps. You don't end up with a piece of wood. Now you can, I specifically, if you look in my other jar here, I've actually got right now quite a bit of this. Chicken of the woods mushroom has a very high water content. Next time I harvest some, I'm going to weigh it before and after dehydrating, because I would wager that picking it at the fresh young stage that I picked it at, the water content was 90% at least. So, but anyway, just to show you this, you can see on the bottom here, I took some of this and powdered it too. Very easily could turn it into a powder with my with this setup here. So the question, I guess, in this test is going to be what is the texture going to be like after I do this? Okay, and if it rehydrates and just falls apart, that's fine. Then I use it like a mushroom powder instead. And I'm gonna be using. I'm not going to be using this oil, the vegetable oil. I'm going to be using the olive oil. Now what I might do first, I've got to decide here. So I'm going to cook it in water first, just to allow it to rehydrate first, or if I'm going to try to rehydrate it with oil. Decisions. What I may do this time is just leave it in the pan for a while with either the oil and the water, and just let it absorb that for a while before I even start doing the cooking. The olive oil is healthier for you. Now someone told me, and I got to do my research, so I know that if you get olive oil too hot, it can turn into trans fat. I'm doing this, if I'm doing this to be healthy, we don't want unhealthy fat, and olive oil is one of the best oils you can use. So let me make a decision. I'll be right back. So I've decided to go with water. I'm going to let these set a while and let them rehydrate. And then what I'm actually going to do is heat them, let them cook a little while in the water, drive some of the water off. Then I'm going to put my olive oil in, and then I'm going to add 2 eggs. I think I'll get some chives from the yard as well. So here we are. We decided on adding water. So now I'm going to continue to leave them in this water. I'm going to evaporate some of the water. Then I'm going to add some oil. Then I'm going to add a little handful of chives. And then we'll add our 2 eggs. And of course we're going to add the oil is going to be the olive oil. You can see too now that, or at least I can see, that these have actually physically gotten thicker. So they are absorbing the water. They seem to be holding together, not turning into powder. This is good. So now our water's getting near gone. I'm going to put some oil in here so the mushrooms can absorb some of the oil as well. And shortly we'll be adding the eggs. I'm just waiting for the chicken of the woods to change color a little more to signal that it's cooked to the point that I want. Here we go. Now we're at the point where most of the water's gone. And now I'm going to actually cook them a little bit of a time in the actual oil. The peekaboo is my parrot, my daughter's parrot. At least he's not squawking, huh? Now we get the chicken of the woods. I can tell they're starting to change color. They're getting to the place where I like them. I'll put some chives in there. We'll put our eggs in there. And I'm not going to add salt, but I'm going to add a little red pepper. I find if you add a very small amount of red pepper, it kicks all the flavors right up. You don't want it so that you can actually, someone can taste it and say, whoa, you put red pepper in it. You want a small enough amount just to have like a subliminal effect, which I'm still working on. What's he saying? So here I am back. Now we're completely cooked. So now we have the taste test, but we're not looking just for taste. We're looking also for texture. Okay. This is not rubbery. It's a good texture. It's a good taste too. It tastes like chicken of the woods. Let's try some. Make sure I get chives. Well, I have to say this is excellent. Contrary to what people have told me, chicken of the woods dehydrates beautifully. I would assume it has to do with when you pick it. Chicken of the woods is a polypore. There are different varieties of what we call chicken of the woods too. I'll put the Latin name of this variety. Okay. I would assume, it being a polypore, the older you pick it, the woodier it will become, the more it will go on to the point of having too much texture. When we went back and harvested from that tree, we had 3 hot days, and I could just feel picking it, the difference in the water content of those chicken of the woods mushrooms. So, you know, a lot of times I see people's brag pictures, or you know, when I say that, I shouldn't have said that, just, oh, look what I found pictures. They'll have a huge mass of chicken in the woods. But I have a feeling sometimes those are actually gone by in some ways. And a friend of mine on Facebook, Kevin, told me that he also likes chicken of the woods picked at the younger stage. They're much juicier and everything, and I can tell you without reservation, at least for this one variety of chicken of the woods, that if you pick it young enough, it dehydrates and reconstitutes perfectly. Excellent. Mike Kennedy with my brunch, saying good foraging.